AOC says Trump will totally round up his political enemies and throw her in jail for life if he wins. Boy, this really has a lot of that. Remember in 2016 when Trump ran and he was totally going to put all the LGBTQs in camps? Remember that? Remember that? How he was going to put everybody in camps. I'm pretty sure I remember that. Pepperidge Farms remembers that. Oh, it's going to put everybody in camps. This is just more unhinged floundering. Now, don't get me wrong, Donald Trump has a lot of work to do. He still has to run basically a perfect race between now and November to have any chance, because you know every possible thing they can put in his way, they will. Far left Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez has claimed that Donald Trump is preparing to round up his political enemies if he wins in November. Don't tease me, AOC. The congresswoman made these remarks during an appearance on journalist Kara Swisher's podcast, named On with Kara Swisher. Wow, what a creative name. I mean, like, it totally, I'm going to give you my best. This is her quote, but I'm going to imagine this is how she said it. I mean, like, it totally, like, sounds totally, like, nuts. But, like, I wouldn't be surprised if the guy totally, like, threw me in jail, she said. He's, like, totally, for surely, and completely no cap out of his mind. Totally. I mean, he did his whole first campaign around lock her up. This is his motto, like, totally, for sure. Cortez would add that Trump would, like, for sure, 100%, for real, round up his political enemies once in office, and that she strongly was supporting Joe Biden's reelection. She continued, I take him at his word when he says that he's going to round up people. Yeah, remember how he totally locked up Hillary in after his first election win in 2016? Remember how he totally locked Hillary up? Or like how he totally rounded up all the LGBTQs and put them in camps? Remember that? Remember how Trump totally did that? Everyone? Come on. You remember. You remember. I mean, this is just like literal unhinged like leftoidism. There's obviously no reason. I mean, it's not like Donald Trump is getting drugged through 7 different courts at once. It's like the Democrats scream out as to try and obfuscate the fact that this is exactly what they're doing to him. You can't tell me for a second that Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez would not celebrate Donald Trump being put in prison over these ridiculous charges in New York. There's simply no convincing me otherwise. She would absolutely promote, support, and help putting Donald Trump in prison. So when she has her little unhinged melty, I think first of all, much like her kneeling outside of an empty parking lot somewhere in an undisclosed location and pretending she cares about migrants, she knows dang well she's not going to get locked up. She knows dang well that, she's going to do everything in her power, everything imaginable to try and put Donald Trump in jail, or, everything imaginable that they could do, everything imaginable that they could do to stumble, make him, to keep him out of the presidency. This is why I say one thing with, Trump supporters. I see a lot of confidence out there. And I do think that in general, confidence is a good thing. Okay. It is. However, being overconfident really, smacks of a lot of that, a lot of, Hillary Clinton 2016 feels, where it's like, oh, yeah, she's totally going to win, so she's not even going to go to Wisconsin, right? Donald Trump is going to have to not only be 100% certain he's going to win based on polling data, but he's going to have to campaign right up to the very last minute. Now, Swisher asked a New York Democrat lawmaker if she thought Trump really had a chance of winning the election as a convicted felon. Again, it's all a mirage. It's all a mirage, this convicted felon thing. Like, you're gonna see billboards. I don't know if maybe you already have. You're gonna see a lot of talking heads talking about convicted felon stuff. I promise you that there is not one single Donald Trump voter that was going to vote for him, that knew they were going to vote for him in June, that has changed their mind. It simply has not happened. And anybody that is saying it, they changed their mind, they weren't going to vote for him anyway. There's a mentality of like ride or die for Trump that, I just don't think goes away because of a conviction that most people feel is bogus. There isn't one Democrat voter, or, on the flip side, there isn't one Joe Biden supporter that is suddenly like going to be, or they weren't supporting Joe Biden, that suddenly they're going to go vote for Joe Biden because of this. I could be wrong. Okay. I could be wrong. I just don't think I am. Trump does absolutely have a chance to win. Ooh, so AOC admits it. This is why I've thrown my support behind Biden early, and I support it vociferously. Oh, she had a new word on her word of the day calendar. Congrats, AOC. She said it's unequivocal that Donald Trump wins. We are looking at potential dissolution of democracy. Girl, your president has us in 3 wars. 2 Cold Wars and a hot war. What are you talking about? Remember when they all said that he wasn't? It's like these people think everyone has no memory whatsoever. They're like, oh my God, if we don't vote for, Donald Trump's never going to leave office. Remember when they said that? Donald Trump's never going to leave office. Oh, he's never going to leave office. Except he did. There was a peaceful transfer of power. Aside from a few people getting a little too rowdy, going on like unguided tours. By the way, a number of people that pales in comparison to those that are on the White House lawn right now, protesting for Palestine. So the idea that like, I just, people who believe that Trump is going to act any differently than he already has, I think these people are just, I've said this before and I'll say it again. I don't believe that there are many undecided voters. I don't believe that there's anywhere near the number of undecided voters now as there were in 2020 or 2016. You're either going to, even if Trump lost this time, it would probably be very unlikely he would run again. I wouldn't put it past him, but I think this is his last hurrah. I think people are like, let's just give him his term, so we could turn the page. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see, but certainly AOC melting down about democracy is just an insane level cope. Like, it's an insane level of copium. It's so weird. And by the way, who listens to AOC? She's probably not going to even win re-election in her own district. They know she's a fraud. Everybody's swinging back more moderate. That's what's going to happen. Things are going to get more moderate. And, ultimately, that's a good thing. That's a good thing for everybody. That's a good thing for Democrats, and that's a good thing for Republicans. Because when we're in the middle, we can agree on more things and we can get more things done in general. One would hope.